to the Epson SureColor S-Series training video. This video will cover media loading and the take-up reel. To release the media, simply lift the lever located above the control panel. This will raise the rollers and release the media. Located on the back of your S-Series printer are the two roll holders. To loosen, simply unscrew the bottom knob and shift along the bars according to the size of the media you are trying to load. The handle on the right is used to create a tight fit between the roll holder and the core of the media you are trying to load. From this angle, you can see the proper way to slide the roll holder into the core. It is important that after you initially push the roll holder in, you give it an extra push to ensure proper connection, then lock down and wind to ensure that the core is tightly connected. As you can see from this example, the goal is to turn the lever until the blue-gray part is slightly inside the black outer casing. If you are loading media that has printable side in, it is necessary to go into the Customize Settings menu and create a custom media setting identifying printable side in. Before you load the media, you must first enter in a name for the custom media setting and then scroll down to roll type. Within roll type, you can select printable side in and the printer will identify and roll the media accordingly. Once you have loaded the media, you may go back and finish the custom media setting. On the back of the S50 and S70 printers, there are three black bars that align with the roller positions on the front of the printer. These are meant to help you align the media as you are loading it into the printer. Please note that on the S30 printer, there will only be one black bar to align with. When loading media, there should be some part of the black bar visible to ensure proper alignment. From this angle, you will be able to see the proper way to load media into the S-Series printer. Please be sure to remove the media edge guides from the front of the printer before loading media. Hand feed the media through, giving enough extra in the front so you can use the automatic switch on the left to roll the media back and align. Once it is aligned, use the lever on the top to lock into place. Once the media has been fed through, aligned, and locked into place, you will need to set the media edge guides on each edge of the media. When they are snapped into place, the white line on the edge guide will align with the white guide on the platen. When inserting the media edge guides, it is key to have half moons in the holes on the outsides so the media has room to expand and avoid head strikes. Once the media is loaded and locked into place, the control panel will ask you to either keep the settings above or change the custom media settings. If you have loaded a printable side-in media, this is where you would go to select the custom media setting you created earlier. Once you have selected this, hit back twice, scroll up to keep settings above, and enter in the length of the media you have loaded. Depending on your menu selections, the printer will now take a moment to check the skew and the width of the media you have just loaded. Creating proper custom media settings is an integral part of creating a great print. We recommend that you create a custom media setting for each media that you will use. This process will take about 20 minutes per media, but only needs to be done once. In the Media Setup shortcut, you can select Customize Settings and change any of your current settings or add a new custom media setting. Setting Name will allow you to enter in the name of the media by scrolling up or down on the keypad. The next option in Customize Settings is Feed Adjustment. Auto will run an auto feed adjustment, while Manual will print 3 sets of crosshairs to measure a specific length on the printer. Once you have printed a manual feed adjustment, you will need a ruler in millimeters to measure the length between the crosshairs. In this example, we have chosen a 500 millimeter pattern. It is crucial that you line up each side of the ruler as close as you can to the edge of the crosshairs, starting at 1 and ending at 500 if you have printed a 500 millimeter pattern. It is recommended that you measure the distance between the middle set of crosshairs as accurately as possible and enter it into the control panel by scrolling left or right to move up or down. In the customized media settings, you can set the platen gap to 1.5, 2, or 2.5 based on the thickness of the media you are printing on. The next option is head alignment. We recommend that you always perform a manual head alignment. But if you choose to do an auto alignment, these are the patterns the printer will print and automatically read. The first is unidirectional, followed by bidirectional, and finally on the S70 and S50, a dual head alignment. In the preferred manual alignment, you will have the option of line or block pattern. The line pattern option will lay down 2 sets of numbered lines per printhead that can be used to manually align the printhead. In order to choose the best option of the 7 printed lines, you must look at where the lines connect both above and below the dashed horizontal line. Identify which of the 7 lines has the straightest connection between the blue line in the middle and the 2 lines above and below the dashed horizontal line. Based on the line you have identified, you will enter the number for each corresponding printhead. If the straightest option is line 1, 2, 6, or 7, enter that into the control panel and rerun the head alignment until it falls under 3, 4, or 5. The block pattern will lay down 1 numbered block per color channel. Each block must then be evaluated individually to determine proper head alignment. Once you have identified the appropriate line for each channel, you must then enter them into the printhead per channel. After you have completed head alignment, the next option within customized settings is heating and drying. Heating temperatures can be set here for the pre, platen, and post heater. We recommend that you set the heater settings for each custom media setting in this menu as opposed to using the main control panel. This way, when you load a media, the printer will automatically detect the custom heater settings. Dry time per pass will force the printhead to stop a fixed amount of time up to 10 seconds after each pass. This is useful for difficult media where extra dry time is required. You may also set the after heater feed mode in this menu. Your next option within the customized media settings is media suction. You can set this from 0 to 10. Head movement can either be the width of the data or the full width of the printer. Please note we recommend keeping this set to data width. Multi-strike printing can be set in this menu from off or levels 2 through 8. This will double strike or strike the number of times you specify and is necessary for medias that require extra density. Depending on the media you are using, roll type will allow you to set the printable side out or the printable side in. In the tension measurement menu, you may set tension measurement to periodically, every page, or off. Media tension can be set from 0 to 40 depending on the media you are printing with. Please see our additional documentation on what the proper tension is for the media you are using. Feed speed for the S-Series can be set to either 1 or 2. And finally, restore settings will allow you to restore the defaults for this custom media. Located on the front of your S-Series printer is the automatic take-up reel. Similar to the take-in reel, it has 2 sliding holders used to hold the core in place based on the size of your media. To insert the core, make sure the slider located closest to the control panel is locked down, and use the other slider to secure the roll in place and turn the knob to lock down. Unlike the take-in reel, the take-up reel does not have a lever to screw in the end cap. Therefore, it must be pushed in so the blue-gray part is inside the holder. Once you have loaded an empty core onto the take-up reel, gently pull down the media until it is even with the take-up reel. From there, cut the sides into a V shape to make attaching to the core easier. Once you have cut the edges into a V shape, take a piece of masking tape and tape the bottom edge to the take-up reel. Once you have attached the media to the core, you need to set the take-up reel to wind in or wind out. This will depend on your workflow. You may use the manual switch to wind in or wind out the media during setup, but please note you must switch the auto to off before you are able to use the manual function. With the switch set to auto and the take-up bar engaged, the take-up reel will wind in the media and keep tension as the take-in reel feeds media from the back of the printer. Included with your take-up reel is a set of 6 weights. These are to be used when more tension is required and must be applied evenly. 1 on one side, 1 on the other side, up to 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. Please note that when using weights, you must also perform a 500mm media feed adjustment. When using the weights, be sure to open the gap in the front and gently place onto the take-up reel. If you attempt to push the opening onto the take-up reel, like in this example, it could have a negative effect on your alignment. To view similar videos or learn more about our S-Series printers, please visit proimaging.epson.com.